The story of the 1979 Bicentennial dollar begins when the U.S. Mint launched the Susan B. Anthony series as America's new small-size dollar coin. People were tired of the huge Eisenhower dollar, so the Mint created something lighter and smaller. The new design featured Susan B. Anthony, a pioneering leader in women's rights, and the moon landing eagle on the back. The San Francisco Mint, marked by the S, focused heavily on producing proof coins, which are coins specially made for collectors. Proof coins are made using polished dies and planchets, giving them sharper details and mirror-bright surfaces. But even though proof coins are made carefully, mistakes still happen, and when they do, collectors go wild. The amazing thing about the 1979 Bicentennial dollar is that the San Francisco Mint accidentally created two different mintmark styles, the Type 1, filled S, and the Type 2, clear S. These two varieties changed everything in the collector world. Type 1 has a mintmark where the S looks thick, blob-like, and almost filled in. Type 2 has a mintmark that is sharp, clear, and beautifully defined. The Type 1 is common because many proof sets used it. The rare one, the one everyone wants, is the 1979 S Type 2 Clear S. This coin was made only from a small number of replacement dies late in the year. That means only a tiny fraction of all 1979 S dollars were Type 2, making it one of the most sought-after modern U.S. proof coins. Now here's the part that gets people excited. While a normal 1979 S proof dollar might be worth a few dollars, the Type 2 version can be worth hundreds, sometimes over 1,000, and in ultra-high perfect grades, it can reach into the many thousands. Some of the best graded examples, those labeled PR70 Deep Cameo, have sold for $3,000, $4,000, and even higher, depending on market conditions. Because so few were made, and even fewer survived in perfect form, the Type 2 is the star of the 1979 S lineup. But that's not all. The San Francisco Mint is known for extremely high-quality proofs, but even proof coins can have rare mint errors. Imagine a proof coin, something meant to be perfect, having a wild mistake. Those coins become instant collector favorites. Off-center proof strikes, double-struck proofs, wrong planchets, and dramatic die errors can all send the value flying into the thousands. A proof struck twice, or one struck off-center, or even a proof with a clipped planchet can sell for huge premiums simply because proof errors are incredibly rare. Some proof errors from this era have sold for $5,000 to $10,000, and extremely dramatic mistakes can push values even higher. This is the kind of coin that can set collectors into a bidding war. One of the biggest money makers is the wrong planchet proof error. Imagine a Susan B. Anthony proof dollar meant to be struck on a copper-nickel planchet being accidentally struck on a planchet meant for another denomination or even another country's coin. These command massive prices because they were never supposed to exist. Strong wrong planchet proof errors have reached values well over $10,000, and in incredibly rare cases with perfect surfaces, the value can climb even higher. Another major factor in value is the grade. Proof coins are graded on the PR scale, and the difference between PR69 and PR70 can mean hundreds or thousands of dollars. A 1979 S Type 2 in PR69 might be worth several $100s, but the same coin in PR70 Deep Cameo can jump into the thousands. Why? Because proof coins show every imperfection. One tiny scratch or dust mark can drop a coin from perfect to average. Perfect proof coins are the elite coins that survived minting, packaging, and decades of storage without a single flaw. That's why collectors pay huge prices for PR70 examples. The history behind the Type 2 Clear S mintmark also adds mystery and excitement. Late in the year, the Mint discovered that the original mintmark punch for the S was not producing clean impressions. So they replaced it with a new mintmark punch, creating the sharper, clearer Type 2. Only a small number of proof sets from late production contain this coin, meaning millions of collectors never received one. Today, the Type 2 is one of the most famous modern U.S. proof varieties. It's the kind of coin people brag about owning. If you want to check your own coins, here's how. Look closely at the S mintmark on the front. If the S looks thick, mushy, or filled, it's type 1. If the S looks sharp, clear, and cleanly punched, you might have a type 2 and that means money. Use good light, a magnifying glass, or even your phone camera zoom. Proof coins always come from sets, so if you have old proof sets sitting around, especially broken or mixed sets, check them carefully. Many people pulled the coins out of sets decades ago and never checked the mintmark style. You might be the first person to notice a type 2 in your family's old collection. For errors, look for doubling, off-center designs, unusual shapes, or anything that doesn't look normal. Proof errors are extremely rare, so any major mistake is worth grading immediately. Many people look at the 1976 Bicentennial quarter and think it is just a normal old coin with a drummer boy on the back. But what if I told you that some of these quarters are actually worth huge money, and I mean thousands, tens of thousands, and even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Yes, a small 25-cent coin made in 1976 can be worth life-changing cash. So stay with me all the way to the end, because you might discover that a coin sitting in your home right now could be worth more than a brand new car or even a house. The Bicentennial quarter was made to celebrate America's 200th birthday, so in 1976 the U.S. Mint created a special design with the famous drummer boy on the back and the dates 1776 to 1976 on the front. Because everyone was excited about the country's big anniversary, the Mint made more than 1 billion of these coins, and most of them are only worth a quarter. But here is the secret: a very small number were made in special ways, or they came out of the machines with unusual mistakes, or they survived over 40 years in perfect condition. These rare ones are the coins that collectors go crazy for, and that is where the big money comes in. One of the most valuable types is the 1976 silver-proof Bicentennial quarter. These coins were made with real silver and were put into special proof sets for collectors. But to be worth the highest amount, they must be in perfect condition, known as PR 70. Only a tiny number of coins are ever perfect, and because collectors love these silver proofs, a perfect PR 70 can sell for $10,000, $15,000, even $25,000 or more, depending on how strong the shine and frost look on the coin. Even the slightly lower grade PR 69 versions can bring in a nice amount of money. Another group of valuable coins are the error Bicentennial quarters, and this is where things get really fun. Mint errors happen when the machines strike the coin incorrectly. Some errors are small, but the big dramatic ones are worth the most money. There are error coins that are struck off-center, coins missing layers of metal, coins that were double-struck, coins where the design is smashed or twisted, and even coins that have a full blockage, which looks like a mirror image pressed into the coin. These special mistakes can bring wild prices. A normal error might be a few $100s, but a large off-center strike or a double strike can easily be worth $1,500, $5,000, or even $10,000. And the most extreme errors with perfect eye appeal can reach $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and sometimes more if a collector really wants it. It might sound strange, but mistakes can be worth more than perfection in the world of coin collecting. Another rare type is the high-grade Philadelphia Bicentennial quarter, the ones with no mint mark at all. These coins were made in huge amounts, and most people used them every day, so they got scratched and worn. Finding one that still looks almost brand new after all these years is extremely hard. That is why a Bicentennial quarter with a grade like MS-67 or MS-68 can be worth big money. An MS-66 is already a good coin worth more than face value, but an MS-67 can bring $1,000 to $3,000, and an MS-68 can jump to $10,000, $15,000, or even $20,000 or more because almost none exist in that clean, sharp, shining condition. There is also the group of 40% silver business strike Bicentennial quarters, which look similar to normal coins but are made with silver and were not proofs. These are much rarer than the proof versions and even harder to find in perfect grade. A top-quality MS-68 version can sell for $10,000 to $15,000, and lower high grade still brings several thousand. But the biggest money of all comes when these rare features combine. The most valuable bicentennial quarters usually have a mix of things collectors love, like being made of silver, having a dramatic mint error, and getting a super high grade from a coin grading service. When all of these line up in one coin, the value can explode into numbers you would never expect from a quarter. Some of these coins have sold for $50,000, $75,000, $100,000, and extremely rare cases have reached over $250,000, and that is what makes the bicentennial quarter one of the most exciting modern coins to check for. Now the big question is, how do you know if your coin is special? Start by looking at the mint mark. If it has an S, it might be silver. If it has no mint mark at all, it is from Philadelphia. Silver coins have a bright silver edge, while normal coins show a copper stripe. Check the shine too. If the coin looks like a mirror with frosted designs, it could be a proof. Next, check for mistakes. Is the design off-center? Is a part missing? Does the drummer boy look doubled? Does the coin look layered or cracked? Any strange look could be an error. Finally, the condition is everything. A coin that looks brand new with no scratches or wear is always worth more. Many people have bicentennial quarters hidden away without knowing their true value. These coins were saved as souvenirs, tossed into boxes, or passed down from grandparents, and some of those coins might be rare without anyone realizing. So before you spend that 1976 quarter, look at it carefully. That one little coin could be worth a few dollars, a few thousand, or, in the best cases, over 6 figures. Imagine finding a coin in your house that could pay off bills, buy new gear, or even change your life. That is why people love looking for bicentennial quarters, because the next big discovery could happen at any moment. So check your change, check your drawers, check old jars, and check any coin collections in your family. Treasure is hiding everywhere, and it might be sitting right in your own home. If you want, I can write a shorter script, a TikTok version, or more simple explanations.